my beautiful crafty friends. I'm Katia with Lunar Sun Creations, and today we are going to be making some really quick and simple cards. I'm always trying to overcomplicate things, so today we are not going to do that. I'm going to use some backgrounds that I already have made. They're actually from my acrylic pouring video, my attempt at acrylic pouring. I will link that up there somewhere and down below in the description box. So the first couple cards that I'm doing, I use a very old Garden Greens die from Sizzix and Tim Holtz. I've had this for about a decade at least, so I haven't pulled it out in a long time, so I thought I would. So to begin, I've got a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base. I have cut out both of the images from the die multiple times in white cardstock and also some in the actual background paper. And then I've layered them, I've stacked them. So I've got 2 of the white and then 1 of the colored, and I've kind of offset them just a little bit so you can see the white behind it. All right, so the first one, I've cut a panel of one of my backgrounds. I'm just going to glue that straight onto the card base. Okay, and then I've got a laser cut wooden flower that was just from the dollar store. I've just painted it white, and I'm going to adhere that down. And then I've got a couple of the pieces I cut apart. This big die here, I cut that apart into little pieces, and I'm just going to kind of tuck them in behind that rose. Now I have a amazing stamp set. This is called My Favorite Things to Say by Pink Fresh Studios, and it has some absolutely phenomenal sayings. It's one of my favorites right now. So I put a whole bunch of them into my MISTI and stamped them all at the same time, and I did that multiple times. So I've got do what makes your soul shine, today is a good day for a good day, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop, every day may not be good but there's good in every day. There's just so many amazing sayings on here. So I've just stamped a whole bunch of them, and I'm going to cut one of those out. And then I kept some of these scraps from cutting the panels, so I'm going to back it. Oh no, actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this one in white. Yeah, just in white. I think I'm just going to go today is a good day for a good day. I think I might back this on, sure, I've got a tiny bit of this teal. I'm going to back it on this teal and then stick her down, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do for this one. Okay, I'm going to pop this up on a little bit of foam tape. Okie dokie, and then stick that down, and then our first card is done. I'm trying really hard lately to not overcomplicate things, because I do that a lot and then I get very frustrated with myself. And I'm trying to make my brain realize that there doesn't have to be 10,000 pieces to everything. There doesn't have to be like 20 different techniques all in one card. Things can be simple and still be pretty, right? That's what I'm trying to tell myself. Okay, so that one is really simple, but it is really pretty. So that one is done. Next, I've got another card base that I have used an embossing folder on. This is the Nellie's Choice. It's a script embossing folder. Does it have a name? Just says writing, so it's just a script embossing folder. And I'm going to use a couple of the pieces that I cut out of the background paper that I made and glue these down. No, no, no. That's not where you belong. That's not where you belong. Chaos averted. Okay. Just press those down to adhere them. And once more, I'm going to use one of those sayings. Okay, every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. And I'm going to back this one on a little bit of the scrap paper from our from the background that I made. Wow, that had a hard time coming out right there. I'm going to put this die on top of this while it's drying, just to give it a little help. Okay, perfect. And now I'm going to put that on some foam tape and then put it onto our card. And I mean, you don't have to have this die, you don't have to have any of the supplies that I'm using in particular. You can use any die you like. Just double, cut a few of them, put them all together, so stack them so there's some dimension. And backgrounds, man, I have a few background videos. They're one of my favorite things to do when I'm just not quite sure what to do. I love to make backgrounds. There's just so many ways to do it with acrylic paint or watercolor or distress inks or stencils, or like there's just so many ways that you can just make really simple backgrounds, and they're so much fun to make and I love them. And I'm just gonna put that sentiment just down there like that. I was thinking about adding some gems, but I'm not sure if I want to or not. Let's put a couple in places and just see if I like it. Sure, I might put a few down, I think. Just a couple tiny little gems. You know what? I don't think I'm going to, because I don't know where my gem picker is and it's really hard to do it without my gem picker. So I am abandoning ship. Ugh. I don't want to argue with anything today, so I felt an argument was brewing right there, and so we're not gonna argue. Today is about simplicity. Simplicity. So very, very simple, but it's pretty, you know? And then we're going to do another one. This one has a butterfly background. I do not have the packaging for this anymore, so I don't know who it's by, but it's just a nice butterfly background. At one point I put something on there, some kind of, I think it was was it a dye ink? Anyway, it stained it, but it still works great. Hello, Bub. For anyone who has not met him, this is actually Tundra. Tundra very rarely comes into the studio. Hey, Pups. Oh, I was really hoping that he would stay and say a little bit more of a hello, but that's probably as good as it's ever gonna get. I feel like this one I might add a butterfly to, just because I love me a butterfly. So I'm just going to choose this one butterfly. It's gonna go right there, and then I'm gonna put a sentiment at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this down first. Okay, and then this butterfly does have a little bit of foam tape on it, but it's not very much. So I'm going to add a bit more. Okay, and see how there's like a perfect spot for a butterfly right there. I'm just going to kind of mimic where the embossing folder had a butterfly, and I'm going to put that right there, and then I'm going to put a little sentiment at the top. Okay, I'm going to use a one of the little stickers from the Small Talk by Tim Holtz. These are great when you don't feel like stamping, don't feel like, you know, doing something like that. And I feel like this one is perfect because it says there is beauty in simplicity. I think I want to pop it up as well. So I'm going to use just a tiny strip of foam tape. This is from scrapbook.com, and they're very thin. They're perfect for things like this. They're like about 1/8 of an inch thick, which makes them awesome for little tiny strips like this. So this is quite fitting, isn't it? There's beauty in simplicity. There sure is. Yep. I do feel like I should have gone a little bit higher because I feel like this is a little bit too bare just right here. I almost want a tiny little butterfly. Do I have any tiny ones? Okay, so there we go. There is card number 3. It's all about simplicity today. Things do not have to be complicated. Sometimes you just don't feel like making a big project and you just want something to come together very quickly. Well, this is how you do it. Alright, well there you are, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think I might start doing this a little more often, a 5-minute card video every so often, just as a reminder that things can be simple and pretty at the same time. Okay, I love you all. I will see you very soon. Have a good day. Bye!